Beginning in the year 1493, the Spanish Empire was one of the most powerful and widespread empires this world has ever seen, reigning for 4 centuries, and its territorial expanse coming from Argentina all the way up to Russian-controlled Alaska. But in the year 1800, Spain experienced its first major territorial loss when they sold the Louisiana Territory to France. From there, and throughout the rest of the 18th century, many rebellions occurred, causing Spain to lose huge swaths of territory in the New World, such as Mexico. This happened all the way up until the year 1897, when Spain only held on to 2 different islands, these being Cuba and the Philippines. But then, in 1895, the Cubans began to revolt, and their hold of even these meager territories was threatened.
Halt! How dare you chase me? I am a Spanish soldier, and as such, a representative of the Spanish crown. Chasing me is an act of high treason, and as such, as soon as your traitorous rebellion fails, you will surely be hung.
We are done with the Spanish crown and your tyrannous rules.
You treat us like slaves and we have no rights. We want you off the island now.
If it weren't for us Spanish,
This island wouldn't even be cultivated. There would be no farms. Your entire way of life wouldn't even exist. And you would all still be savages. Us Spanish will not be shaken of our control of this island by a bunch of peasants like you. And if you continue your traitorous rebellion, we will begin to force everybody from the countryside, all your fellow countrymen, into Greek concentration camps, to be sure they don't join your traitorous cause. Get over there, you rebel.
Sir, please, we're starving. You haven't given us food in days, and we're being ravaged by disease. This poor boy here probably won't even survive the next 3 days. Why are you doing this to us? We don't even side with the rebellion. We side with the crown.
Oh, don't give me any of that. I know all you Cuban farmers think the rebellion will improve your lives and make things better. Well, I ain't giving any food to no damn Cubans. Get along this headline, Hearst. Girl with hair on fire runs down street and causes a panic. Can you believe that?
I can't believe I haven't heard of this. I'm shocked.
What? You think this really happens? No. I can just make anything up and put it in my New York world, and my stupid readers will just eat it up. That's also why, by this time next year, my New York world will put your New York journal out of business. You on the street, broker than a donkey's back.
You watch your words, Pulitzer. By this time next year, I will sell double the papers than you. And put your New York world out of business.
Yeah, good luck, kid.
dear Mr. Hearst,
I have been in Cuba on your instructions for many months. The Civil War outburst has quieted down, and it seems no war is going to take place, as a stalemate has been reached. I wish to return to the States, where my illustrating abilities will actually be of use. Sincerely yours, Mr. Remington.
You need to send a telegram to Mr. Remington at once.
Dear Mr. Remington, I need you in Cuba, as war has broken out there and the Cubans yearn to be free. You are a great illustrator, and I want you in Cuba, waiting for a story. If you furnish the pictures, I can furnish the war.
Damn it, Mr. The Cuban, the guerrillas, and the Spanish are in a stalemate. There's no war coming, and there's no story to be had. I hate this godforsaken country, and I just want to go home. Now what the hell is the U.S. battleship doing?
Those American dogs think they can intimidate us by putting one of their warships in Havana Harbor. Well, American shenanigans like that won't work on us. They think that this show of force will make us want to stop our reconcentration camps and putting our rebellious subjects. Well, that ain't gonna work. That's our own business, what we do with our rebels, and they should stay out of it. Keep moving.
Maybe there is something here. Who am I kidding? There's no story here. Everybody already knows the United States doesn't like the reconcentration camps or the Spanish. There's no story here, and there never will be. Maine. 260 American lives lost. Wait. Furnish the pictures. Furnish the war. First, best damn pictures you've ever seen.
Spain blew up the Maine? I cannot believe this. It's an outrage, isn't it? We must do something to retaliate. Yes, I agree. My God, 860 American lives lost. What a tragedy. McKinley has to do something. We must retaliate against this unprecedented attack. We must declare war to defend our honor. McKinley has to do this.
I, President William McKinley, come before the 55th Congress of the United States of America on April the 20th, 1898, to bring attention to the heinous act of slaughter committed by the Spanish on the USS Maine. The USS Maine was sitting peacefully in Havana Harbor when the Spanish government blew it up. All 260 Americans on board were killed. This act will not be tolerated, and the Spanish need to be dealt with. We need to declare war and drive the Spanish out of the Americas for good.
In 1898, America wins the Spanish-American War, and as a result, Spain gives America its overseas possessions. These possessions were the Philippines, Cuba, and Puerto Rico. Cuba was given its independence under the Teller Amendment, and the Philippines were purchased from Spain for $20 million. Of these three islands, the minor island of Puerto Rico is the only island that sticks with her to this day. The Spanish-American War was a very important war in American history because it is the war that allowed America to take its place among the world's powers. And without this war, America may not have been the superpower that it is today. And America and the world itself may be a very different place.